Hey folks, welcome to yet another live stream. This time we have a bunch of recycler finds to look at. I've been called to the recycler yesterday and yeah, it was about time. I kind of had the feeling that I was going to get a call next couple of days. It's been 8 weeks since the last call and they had a bunch of stuff, like a lot. Four of these big container like things. Oh wait, I'm gonna do something like real low tech here. I'm gonna show you, I took some pictures of this stuff. I'm gonna show you what I had. These are the kind of containers I find there with the keyboards. That's another one. This time they had something for me I call a snake pit. That's really fun. They had like one of the containers was filled with computer mice, and like a little while back I told them, well, yeah, I'm fine with the computer mice as well, just collect them for me. I was hoping for a couple of nice things in there, and I've never seen like more than the occasional mouse that was in a bunch of the keyboards. But this time they had this huge box full of mice, and I was running out of time, so I didn't go through them, but I told them, please keep them for me. I want to go through them at a later point and see what's in there. I just quickly went through there and looked for a couple of nice little gems, and I found some. We're going to see that later. So yeah, I've repositioned the secondary cam, and I think for these kind of videos, it's nice to have like a second angle at my amazing setup here. I hope it works well with the 60 FPS of the main camera here. This is the main cam. You can't. Oh wow, that's nice. It's just right outside your field of view. Like this is where the main cam is. And this is where my where the magic happens. I got the numbers lined up here. I've got a couple of boxes full of stuff that we're gonna take a look at now. Good. Let's get started. Very cherry heavy today. I promise you that much. Oh yeah. Okay, we're going straight for one of the nicest finds. This is a classic. I never get tired of these. I think we went through those a bazillion times before. This is like a combination of the nicest things. That Cherry does, like in the bread and butter business. It is a Krankenversicherungskarte keyboard with a card reader for these medical cards in Germany. It's got the it's sealed because these card readers are some sensitive data stuff, so they have to be protected in a certain way. It's got some pretty amazing vintage blanks. Usually these comes with a wide range of different keycaps, and these are just the traditional hat keycaps. Can you see the shine on that escape key? Oh yeah. One nice thing about these keyboards is, since they have the status lights for the card reader here, they have these LED windowed keycaps, very sought after. LED window caps lock, num lock, and a scroll lock here. Missing alt keycap here. Sad. Quite like some caps are super shiny. The enter key is shiny to a point where it's almost worn down. The date code is isn't very nice actually. It's an M date code, but I don't know why and how and the background of this. But these Krankenversicherungskarte keyboards, they usually have pretty awesome switches in there. Like I can't complain. It's a decent switch. Super nice keycaps up in there, and yeah, like especially with the lock LEDs. Ah, stupid sticker stuff. Oh, I don't. It's going to be so nasty. Okay, you gotta find a better way to peel these stickers off. What is wrong with this sticker? Why all the struggle? Okay. Here we go. Good, yeah. Nice vintage blacks, some nice keycaps, a bit of shine if you don't mind. Yeah, there's another one. It's a similar keyboard. The idea is it's the same idea, like pretty much. It's also like a card reader keyboard. It also got like a little seal up here. It's an R date code, so yeah, there's not really going to be amazing switches in here. Let me check. They're pretty okay. They're okay switches. Smooth, but not buttery, but still good donors. It's not a G80 1000 based board, so it doesn't have the diodes. I think it's a G80. Oh, it is a G80 1000 based board. It's a G80 1500, but unlike the other old Krankenkassenversicherungsboards, they don't have diodes. And I always had the impression, just my personal impression from what I've been looking at, that the switches with diodes would generally have like slightly better, like slightly smoother switches, and you have a higher chance of finding vintage blacks in newer keyboards when they have diodes. I don't know how many diode switches they made. Maybe they made enough diode switches in the 80s to last them like until into the late 90s, but I don't think so. Maybe they made the diode switches on different machines. I really can't tell. So yeah, good switches. Pretty useless keyboard. It's got a very thick coil in there because the cable includes the cable has the card reader interface in there as well. So pretty thick cable there. If you're into thick coils, like this is one bad coil here. Yeah, and you see, like, this is the card reader. It's a shit, so many serial things here. But these used to be hard to come by, like when you want to put a serial port on something. And now you can just chop them off. Like when I was at the recycler, we were getting some heavy rain outside, so I had to wait inside until the rain would cease a little bit. Well, actually, you know, these cables are so difficult to deal with. I'm just going to shorten it a little bit. Keep it for the coil. This one's easier to store. Next one is... Oh yeah, like we're really moving randomly here. This is... It's an Orteg. Like it's branded as some Orteg brand keyboard. Doesn't speak to me, but let's label it first and then go through it. Like I often check these videos as a reference to find out like more about the keyboards afterwards, and I think it's more helpful for myself if I put on the sticker first. Yeah, double shots, very nice, and Alps. We've got some Alps in here. No slits. Here, let's see if I can get that on camera. So a little bamboos, but still some nice Alps. Keyboard itself seems to be pretty dirty, but it doesn't. I don't think it's seen much use. From the weight, I'm uncertain if the plate's metal or plastic. What's this? to be a battery in there. That's cute. And I'm very glad the battery is not in there anymore, or has never been put in there. Not sure about that. I am not sure. Oh, yeah. Seems like this thing can be programmed. There's a little program, a little menu button here. Seems like you can program this, and the battery is to keep the programming stored. That's just my best guess here. That's a nice little one. Okay, so this one I've been really struggling. Yeah, I think Gyros had these on his on one of his videos at some point. These are the G81. Let's have a look at the label in a moment. Just trying to figure out a way to get these stickers off. I'm such a failure. Yeah, the funny thing about these are they're G81s. Oh yeah. Use a plier, like use some wire cutters. Much better. Yeah, okay. Let's look at a label finally. I'm sorry for wasting everyone's time. Like these are G81 8300s, like MY 8300. It's a series. It's a G81 MY switch. Surprise. Date code couldn't be less interesting, but all the switches down here are MY switches. It's super stupid, but they've got some nice like white, let's put that in quotes, air quotes, white relegendables up here, and I pulled off some of the relegendables, and there's some MX switches down there. So I thought never leave an MX switch behind, and there's some MX switches up here, so I took it with me. Also seems to be nice. Seems to have a nice. Whoa, yo, those are some super blacks. Those are super blacks. Oh wow, I'm so happy I took them. Oh yeah, these are clearly super blacks. And I think it's got a little infrared interface up here. Yo, these are super blacks, no doubt about it. Like, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, kind of happy. Like, I think the programmability of these is pretty famous, and the cable is almost as thick as the dual cable. Like that's a thick cable for a modern keyboard. I didn't know they made these thick cables anymore, and it's like cable is almost as thick as the PS2 connector. Look at this. Yeah, that's a nice one. I'm pretty happy I took it. And I didn't just take one, I took two of those. Yep, more super blacks, more relegendables here, more crappy MY. Maybe you can put in like an MX, like a G80 PCB down here and kind of hook it up to the rest of the stuff. Maybe, I don't know. It looks like a nice project to make a nice programmable keyboard. With a macro pad up there. Yeah, same thing basically. I think they came from the same place. They probably just dumped two of them. Meh. Meh. Yeah. It's your birthday. Ah, meh. Yeah. I keep taking these home. They're like little, like these ugly little kitten you find at the animal shelter. They're so like beat up and abused that you feel guilty not taking them home. And that's what Model M's are. Yeah, yes. It's the terminal version, doesn't even have the LED lights here. I'm missing some things. Cut off tail on that little kitty. And the party goes on. There's another. I think this hall has been the Krankenversicherungskarte hall. If I had to name it, because I got all kinds of these card reader G80s. Card reader slot up here. And yeah, this is the one with the white caps. They're still pretty white. Unlike the case, I don't understand how this uneven yellowing could even happen. Like they should be. I've seen those like in full-blown banana mode, but these are kind of white, like kind of white compared to the case, or kind of white. Oh yeah, you see how unwhite they are if you don't compare them with the case, but they're kind of yellow and they're super hard to bleach, like super hard to bright, because yeah, well, you gotta bright them to a point where they're almost pure white. Nice LED windows up here. And what do we have here? It's a G80 1500 had a P date code. But this is still like a very old design. Look, it's even got the mode selector for the protocol. This is really G80 1000 based. All this kind of stuff here. Let's check the switches. Look how the F10 key is super shiny, the rest isn't so shiny, so I'm going to use this key here. Oh yeah. That's good stuff there. If you want some smooth, buttery blacks for cheap, then let me know. And this one could be for you. Like I wouldn't sell vintage blacks, like clearly all signs towards vintage blacks cheap, but these ones felt great. So yeah, I could make you a good deal. Another one. This is one of the I really like taking these home because they're great to give away or to sell cheap to people who want to give them away to friends. And this is just a standard cheap 90s mechanical keyboard. It's got legit cherry switches up in here. It's got some laser PBT caps, thin PBT, so there's nothing really that makes these valuable other than the fact that they have some nice cherry switches. They got the Windows bottom row, they got the superior and clearly better ISO layout with the only language that should matter, and some G80s 3000 surprise laser caps, an end date code, so clearly not vintage blacks, but let me check. They're okay. Not overly scratchy or anything. Pretty nice. Yeah, totally nice keyboard. Like it's gonna work straight out of the box. I'm pretty sure. It's got a pretty decent coil here. It's a looks like some messed up hair, and a PS2 connector. Yeah, nice one. Oh yeah, this one's like never leave an MX switch behind. and it's been pretty badly abused. It seems like this one's got some broken off stems, which is something that I rarely see on MX keyboards. Look at this stem, like this stem's taken off. Here. Missing some caps. It's got some of these weird Ciccone layouts. The caps are absolute crap, so I don't even care about the missing ones. It's got coated stabilizers. These stabilizers are like, I'd rather have unstabilized keys. The best thing you can do with these stabilizers is tear them out, trash them, and then use the key without stabilizers. Just put a 1-unit key here and you're gonna have a better life. Look at this key. I wonder how they stabilize this super fad thing. I'm gonna try to, we're just gonna gently take it off and see, like, it's double stabilized. Shit, damn crap. Oh yeah, I wanted to cut down the swearing a little bit. It's even got like these vertically bent co-star stabilizers that are going to collide with anything that has, with any keycap that is thicker than this hairline crap. I'm gonna just put this back on the way it's supposed to be, and there we go. Switches are going to be pretty nice vintage, I am sure. Yep. These are good vintage switches. I took this one for the vintage switches, KB51A2. I think it's one of these generic. I think this one probably, you can find this one with rubber dome. Like, you can find this exact keyboard with Alps, Cherry, rubber dome, whatever. Like, Ciccone is super not consistent there. I'm just making this up, man. This might be like the special Cherry keyboard, but you often have these Ciccone keyboards that come with all kinds of switches. So yeah, don't get hooked up by the model number. Okay, we're gonna start off with a kind of decent coil, a nice thin connector here, and yet another Krankenversicherungskarte up in here. Bum, 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 bum. Always nice to have. See? Whoa, these arrow keycaps are like these cursor keys are super worn down. You can put up your makeup. You can put on your makeup in this on this arrow enter key. Spacebar is also shiny. Yeah, these keyboards are really heavily used. It's a G80 1500. It's an F-date code, so even the date code says vintage. The connector says vintage. The made in, where is it? It doesn't say made in any Germany. We all know it's made in Germany, but okay. Oh well, these are going to be, oh yeah, these are just priceless. Super awesome, super awesome. Oh, another crazy one. Oh yeah. Yeah, you probably all know what we're gonna find under the caps here. You're all gonna recognize the caps because you're all elite desk authority freaks who know your vintage keyboards. Yeah, this is one of the less well-known keyboard and switch manufacturers, Markhar, and they have been making their own switches, and they have also been making their own keyboards. And they use this. They use these keycaps, which I always suspected to be DCS profiles, so they're probably signature plastic made. They have a great ergo keyboard, like a split keyboard called the Markhar Ergo Mini, I think, or something like that. It's a great layout, but unfortunately, these switches are only good for their collector's value. this is what the switches look like. They are fully cherry compatible, but they are binding AF. Like, I wanted this Ergo Mini keyboard to be good, but it just is just so bad. Like, this is not the Ergo Mini, of course. This is just like some compact version they tried. They're just binding. The off-center keycaps, key presses are terrible, inconsistent. I didn't find a good way of lubing them. I didn't find a good way of opening them. I didn't want to go and desolder the whole board. So yeah, they were just a big disappointment for me. Yeah, still they're great for the collector's value because they're not super common, these switches. It's nice to have a couple of those. And yeah, I wouldn't leave a novelty switch behind. Yeah. I wasn't exaggerating when I said this is the Krankenkartenversicherungshall. There's yet another one. Like, how many of these were even made? Oh yeah, this one's also like this one's again so shiny. If any keyboard has ever reached 50 million key presses on every switch, it's going to be one of these. It's an M date code, so it's a very like this is a very late keyboard using the classic classic beige double shot keycaps. It's well, G80 1500 once again. Yeah, switches aren't that super awesome, are they? They're super smooth, but they're not that buttery. So yeah, nice blacks, but they don't have the je ne sais quoi of vintage blacks. Oh yeah, there's another one. This is yet another one of these cuties. I'm super happy every time I find those, as long as they don't have MX Blues. Sometimes I find these MX Blues and these old MX Blues with with PCB mount MX Blues. They're just not very popular, I guess. Here we go, G80 3000, an M date code, so I'm not expecting these switches to be like super awesome vintage, but well, it's a G80, once again with a messed up coil and with a PS2 connector. A nice keyboard, like a nice secondary keyboard, nice keyboard to take to work or to give to co-worker or something like that. And yet another card reader keyboard. I hope I didn't miss any. Okay. I hope I didn't miss any stickers. Like, I hate it when I miss putting the stickers on. I hope I got it right this time. Yet another card reader keyboard. I think these are best for harvesting. That's a nip coil here. Very nice. Like this might be a nice cable to get a thick coil out of. Just gotta ignore all of these wires. G80 1500 once again with the card reader stuff in there. Custom case, no longer G80 1000 based, and some decently smooth older MX Blacks. No, not very scratchy at all. I'm not going to cut that cable off because that was pretty nice. Yeah, and to finish things off, like This is a shiner board because it's so shiny. No, for real. Super shiny board. Yet another Krankenkassenversicherungskarte board, and with the promise of some nice vintage blacks. Let me check first how they feel, and then I'm gonna try and make an educated guess what their date code is. I would say maybe a G date code. Oh, a J. Huh. Pretty close. G80 1500, HAD, all the 1K case. Pretty cute, yeah. Can't complain. This is a nice one. Okay, the best stuff's just coming. Like I was saving the best for last, of course. Okay. You wouldn't believe what I find in these places. Gonna save these. Let's do it like I wanna build up some excitement here. Here we go. This is the first typo I have ever found at the recycler, and it is a gem. Like, this is a very nice typo. It is pretty much in a perfect condition. I don't think this has ever been used. It comes with a cable. It even has like the KMX typo stagger. So yeah, like the old MDX typos. The old MDX typos, they came with a real stagger, while the KMX typos, there's like, these are like the staggered KMX typos. They only come with this little crooked stagger, which is 1 unit, 1.5, 2 units, 1.5, 1 unit. So you don't have these quarter unit staggering. You only have like these half unit step staggerings, which kind of, yeah, they kind of lead to the point where you only have 1 unit, 1.5 unit, and 2 unit caps, which makes it easier for Typro to make these caps. Like, you don't have these 1.25 or 1.75 unit keycaps. Comes with a nice Typro cable. Like, these aren't even too easy to come by, because the one side isn't a PS2 cable, but instead a whatever cable. And the controller, somehow, the controller seems to have USB and PS2, which is the first time I've seen one of these. I've seen some USB controllers, and I've got some PS2 controllers, but I've never seen one that has both. Super cute. Oh yeah, it needs a sticker. I feel bad putting a sticker on there. I'm gonna oh no. I'm going to ruin the sticker a little bit so that it doesn't stick too well. Good. Okay. Because that's a cutie. Goes to the cutie box. The next cutie from today. This is I've got maybe 5 or 6 of these keyboards, and they're super awesome because they're Commodore keyboards. And like many other Commodore keyboards, they have some super awesome caps. The best cap is something I really love about Commodore keyboards is the stabilized tab. Like if there's one thing, like one keycap that almost all other keyboard layouts share, it's the 1.5 unit tab key. This one goes for a, what is it? It's a 2 unit tab key. So yeah, they don't have a different staggering, but they have to go. Like I think the escape key is already 1.5 units, and they kind of squeezed in the alt key here, so they kind of moved the whole thing a bit over and had to put in an extra wide tab key here. So yeah, these Commodore keyboards really have some exotic tab keys. And then they have this little part here. And this has become increasingly popular with some more exotic custom keyboard designs, like for example the VEA, some red scarf thing that I got somewhere. And it's always difficult to find some nice sculptured, like profiled caps for these blocks. The new, like the next duck keyboard, duck something, also got a block like this. I'm super hot for this one. Please don't buy one before I got one, because I'd be super pissed if I missed that one, and I'm gonna be all salty in my streams. You don't want to have this. Yeah, it's got a nice numpad here. I love the coloring. I love like the dark alphas, like the dark gray alphas with the black legends. This is a super nice color scheme. Like the switches are going to be as vintage as they get. You've seen the stabilizers in here. Like I'm gonna put it out again. The keycap. You've seen the stabilizers here. Like these are super old cherry stabilizers. The sliders aren't like properly housed. Yeah, like this is some OG vintage shit. Look at this 1.5 unit windowed LED numlock keycap. That's nice little caps lock. It's going to be 1.25 unit, and there's 1.25 unit row 3 control, the 1 unit, lots of exotic caps here. 1.5 unit backspace, and yeah, some nice front printing on the caps as well. I think I've got one of these in the French layout or Belgium layout or something like that. Just a precious keyboard to come by. And I think it is cherry made. I think if we pop this one open now and we looked at the PCB, it would say something like G80 something. Yeah, it's not this. I'm not gonna harvest this one for switches, right? Good. So my personal favorite of this haul is gonna be this one. These are my favorite keycaps to find at the recycler. Like I haven't found any better keycaps at the recycler yet. I've gotten lucky recently and got my hands on a couple of German die subs with a Cyrillic sub-legend, which is like obviously my end goal to have on all my keyboards. But these are the, let's have a look. This is an NCR, like an NCR OEM cherry board. It's a G81 3 something SAD. See? Like it's a G81 SAD, okay? But it's not a normal SAD, because you can see the top half of the case here is in a gray tone. It's not the beige that they usually use for these cases, because that's the NCR MO or whatever. And these caps aren't beige. They are granite-like colored, so they are more grayish. They don't have this beige. And I only had one set of these previously from I think from a Peacock keyboard, and these keycaps just look very nice on blue and on black keyboards. Super nice, very nice color scheme. It's a shame they didn't make more of these. I'm drowning in beige ones, but these gray ones are super hard to come by. If anyone has some of these gray ones and wants to trade them for beige ones, I would trade them one for 3 or something like that. Yeah, the coil is yeah, it's a bit of a shame. The coil's a bit messed up here. Never mind. Keyboard's nice. Like these NCR cases are super nice. I think this is my first NCR case. Probably gonna try and keep this one intact as a case and just throw away the internals. A nice little NCR case if I should ever go down the route and say I'm building a couple of collectors G80s now. Okay, enough talking. Now we're getting to the real stuff. These are some manly keyboards. They are so fucking manly. So, let's just start off with the connector. Like, this is a connector. Look at this one. This is so chunky. This is the coil, like real thick coil here. Now let's put it on the table. Don't get overly excited, okay? Oh yeah, like I think these are the kind of keyboards that control like missile launch systems or stuff like that. It's a Nixdorf, yeah, and once again it's a Nixdorf that doesn't have Nixies in it. Of course it doesn't, because otherwise I'd be out of here and I'd be living the dream somewhere if I found Nixie keyboards at the recycler. What switches does it have though, you ask? It's got the good old swastika switches. Here. These switches I have only seen on Nixdorf computer keyboards, and they put them in all kinds of different keyboards they have. I like in my early days of Nixie hunting, I got a lot of shit. I got a CT06, This is the classic Nixdorf keyboard, CT06. I got a CT06, and it actually came with these switches. Never seen before, never seen again. And I was super lucky to trade this one for a Nixie CT06 with some Nixdorf collector dude who didn't care what switches it had. So yeah, that's what happened. So you might end up with these switches. These are a nasty surprise if you're looking for Nixdorf keyboards. You think you get them Nixies, you're getting a CT06, you pop a switch, and it's a fucking swastika switch. These switches are supposed to be like the high-end version of the Nixie keyboards, so they are only used in their most valuable keyboards. You can see like this one's a, let's see, this is plastic, but the bottom is metal. Like, this is a very heavy keyboard. It is a heavy-duty keyboard. It's got thick double shots. Like, these keycaps are super thick. The mechanism of these switches is something magnetic reed, magnetic valve, or something like that. I think they're actually some kind of Siemens switches. Yeah, if enough people are interested, I could do teardown of one of these. Yeah, but exotic switch, hard to come by, and something that yeah, I love finding at the recycler. So yeah, this is hopefully going to find an appreciating new owner, and it needs a bit of soap. Yeah, and I don't know, and another one. Like, I found two. Because one isn't enough of a tease. I had to find two. If you're a collector, if you're looking for nice keywords to collect and want to add this to your collection because you don't have these switches yet, which isn't unlikely, let me know. I love supporting collectors. If you're really in it for collecting keyboards, appreciating the switches, I'm always in it I'm always on your side. If you're a dirty flipper, gonna get blacklisted for all my future deals. Like, maybe one day I'm gonna stumble across 100 Nixie keyboards. Yeah, be prepared. Oh yeah. Sorry, I was just about to fade away. Now comes the fun stuff. Like, look at this. I picked some the best mice I could find out of the bin. This is like one of these Microsoft IntelliMice, another one of these IntelliMice. I think they've been, these have been pretty popular. There's an old school one for all your low DPI fans, and I found like some super awesome Logitech trackballs. Like I can't leave these trackballs behind. The TrackMan Marble, the TrackMan Wheel, like they used to be the shit. Probably low DPI stuff. And this is one of the epic gaming mice I actually missed back in the days. So yeah, I was super excited to find this one. Holy Fazoli, like, oh my god. Yeah, I am totally going to give this one a very thorough cleaning job. You can usually take these apart pretty damn well, and then just put all of the parts into the ultrasonic cleaner, and then kind of soak them in cleaning alcohol, set them on fire, let them completely burn to rubble, and then take the ashes to the special trash. And I stole some mouse balls. I love mouse balls, and I'm going to, like, you've seen the snake pit, and I'm going to take all the mouse balls from the snake pit and going to make like a huge bag of mouse balls. It's going to be awesome. Okay. Yeah, it's been fun. Like I keep getting. I'm always surprised how many people actually watch this shit. Let's say. Oh. Oh wow, there's a lot of people down there. Yeah, it's been fun once again. And I already know, like, I've seen YouTube's been telling me to add like an end screen to my videos. I'll try add an ending screen to my videos, and this is probably the point in the video where it's gonna come up. Yeah, so I keep talking. Click on the videos that you see all around you. It's probably going to be other recycler hauls. I don't know how this thing works. I can only do this after the fact. Here's my real hands, if you've never seen them before. They're real human hands. I cut my nails like a normal person does. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks very much, bros. It's been great fun. And I hope you enjoyed this little little dumpster dive. Where do I click? Oh yeah, it's been 60 FPS once again. Yeah, I've got more things to say. I'm not just gonna stop. This one's been a 60 frames recording once again. I hope you enjoy the 60 frames. I tried to increase the video quality and the frame rate. Give me some feedback if you had issues, if there was any trouble. I'm just seeing I'm streaming with 9,000 kilobits, and I haven't lost a single frame in this whole stream, so that's pretty epic. My computer hasn't crashed either, so yeah, I think things are going well. Thanks very much everyone for watching. This time for real. It's been fun. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to put up these keyboards for sale. Yeah.